Okay, welcome to our 1 year of ownership update video. Currently sitting at around 17,000 miles. Going to be going over a few different aspects of the car and ownership. Thank you guys for watching so far, and let's get started. Okay, so let's talk about fuel efficiency. Currently at about 17,000 miles. Our most recent tank has gotten us about 42 miles per gallon, and the one before that 40. One before that 37 and 35 over there. The 240 tanks, I have changed the way I have been driving. I do not go over 65 miles an hour on the freeway. It is set to cruise control, adaptive cruise control, driving the whole time. I do not accelerate quick. I keep it in D mode. I do not drive in B any longer, and it's set to normal, not eco. And I just kind of let it ride when the car is moving. I'm not pushing on the gas. I just let the electric motor kick in. I find when you let off the gas pedal and go back on, it'll switch into EV mode more frequently than if you're just constantly holding down the accelerator. And that has increased my mileage. And let's see, this is the overall fuel mileage. So 17,000 miles, 37 miles per gallon. Again, and that number itself has gone up just because of those last two tanks. So the way you're driving does a huge change on the performance of this vehicle. It is rated 37 miles per gallon average, and that's exactly what we're getting here. And I think it's 40 highway, 34 street, and average 37. And this is the Sport Touring all-wheel drive, so a little less than the front-wheel drive. But so far, doing as advertised, and after I've changed my way I drive, I've been pleased with getting the 40 miles per gallon. Goes a lot farther. Some days, I have been getting the 33 miles per gallon, and that's when I am accelerating quicker. But I've stopped doing that. Drive more like a grandpa, and you'll get way more fuel efficiency. If you're driving a CRV, you're probably not trying to go super fast down the hills or anything. But great for an SUV. You don't really see many SUVs getting that kind of mileage. And again, just to show right here, so I've gone 246 miles on the current tank. I still have 267 left, and we're getting about the 41.8 miles per gallon. There's the total miles we put on this thing. Here is the average over the entire 17,000. The trip odometer only goes up to 9,099, so when you hit 10K, it just rolls over to zero again. But that's still 17,000 in there. It did not delete any of the previous information. It just builds off of it. So this number and that number are the same. Kind of annoying that doesn't go all the way. I keep my A trip the same. That's just going to be the entire MPG since I purchased the vehicle, and the B trip is what I reset every gas tank just to see how we're doing. And just a review of the interior, I did change these out to red. Got the red little knobs going there, and I've got a little ignition switch here. You just flip that up, turn it on, just for fun. Do with your car as you please, but I thought the red was a nice contrast. I used to have silver knobs. Swap those out. If you guys are interested, I'll leave a link below. I just thought it gave the car a nice flair, and I'm considering getting some red floor mats as well. I do have some gripes about the OEM floor mats. They don't quite cover, let's see down here, they don't quite cover this spot very well. So I noticed some wear happening here because I'm putting my foot over here. But I'm trying to get something to cover this entire region. Really short here. Same thing over there. You can see the car's carpet is getting worn down. The whole point of floor mats is to protect those regions. So a little bit of a thumbs down for the OEM floor mats. I'm going to be switching out to something different in the near future, and I'll keep you guys updated on those. Okay, so performance and handling. This car has been amazing. The steering wheel nice and firm when you're making turns. Nothing feels wobbly. The car is very smooth and stable. The ride has been very cushioned. Overall, very, very nice drive. Handles well on the road. There have been a few times where someone's abruptly stopped in front of me and I've had to, slow down and swerve a little bit, but the car does a really good job of maintaining control even at high speeds. That was around 65, 70 miles an hour when I had to swerve a bit to go around someone who just hit their brakes for no reason. Very, very good handling. It you know, goes up and down hills very smoothly. I haven't had any issues or noticed anything acting funny. Only thing is you do want to make sure you're using your indicators when you're making turns, otherwise the lane security is just going to bring your steering wheel back and keep you in position if you're trying to make those merges. And it handles great even on and off-road. I'll go down dirt paths. I've taken it off-roading a little bit too. Everything's been great up and down on the hills. The suspension's very smooth. It is, you know, not your typical 4x4 off-road vehicle, but it can handle its own, so very happy with what it can do. All right, quick view to the trunk. I still do have my modern spare tire here as always. Again, I have a whole video on that. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested, but definitely recommend having your spare tire ready to go just in case you need it, especially if you're doing longer trips. And as someone who's very prepared, I do always have my first aid kit back here. Recently added a little battery starter kit in case the 12-volt battery ever goes out or if I need to help a friend or anything. Got a little box for that. I'll just show you guys what that looks like. So this is just a little portable pack, jumper cables, and a little battery here just in case we ever need to do a start for ourselves or anyone else. Don't want to miss work one day. And then lastly, I just carry around a few of my sprays to keep care of the car. So I've been a big fan of the Mother's products. Everything they make has been amazing. Other companies like Armorall, all that, I've used them here and there, but they just don't hold their own. And the quality I get from Mother's, even from like the tire shine I've shown in the other videos, whatever product it is, has always just been exceptional. And this is what I use to take care of my leather inside. So VLR stands for vinyl leather rubber. Kind of can just spray it anywhere on the inside of this vehicle, and that's what helps take really good care of my seats, keep them nice and looking brand new. Even after 17k miles, everything's looking pretty fresh, you know, no dingy spots or nothing. And whenever I have some time, keep the seats clean, I will wipe those down. We did take some damage to the car here, so little rubber rip. There was a little bit of a gash going across here, a little bit here, a little bit there. Tried to shove a 75-inch TV, was not going in. I'll cut to a little video of how I ended up strapping it to the roof racks over here. Okay, so here's a little video of the first time using the roof rails. We got a nice big 75-inch TV strapped down, pretty easy to do. It held on great as we were going home. Used the moonroof here, the sunroof, to finish latching it up front to back. We had two straps going through the sides. Fit was perfect, easy to do. And now we'll go into the technology. I love the technology this car has. Just for music and everything, we'll go into Apple Play. The speaker system on this car is amazing. We got the Bose speakers right there. I have the bass turned up all the way. This thing shakes. Actually, it shakes so much that I don't know if it's my fault or just the car kind of falling apart here, but we got a little screw that is loose and sticking out of the little drain hole right there. So I noticed the little rattling noise when I play the music at high volumes. So I have to take that into the dealer so they can open this up and find out where that screw came from and put that back in. So that is the only knock on quality so far. We got a loose screw, we got to figure that out. But again, very nice infotainment system. Got everything we need here. Music's going, maps going, very smooth operation. I'll switch between Waze on longer trips, Google Maps for short trips. Apple Maps is a little bit annoying because it will clock in over here on your screen as well, and it'll also vibrate on your Apple Watch if you have one of those, and then I can't see my range or any of that information, so I tend not to use Apple Maps too much. But the AC has been very amazing as well. You know, it's got the auto sync features that will just take care of the cabin. You don't have to worry about adjusting anything. I literally never turn on the AC because it's just the electronic portion is able to keep it cool enough. And seat heaters are very nice. We'll use that in conjunction with the steering wheel heater in the morning gets us going to work nice and toasty. Overall, very pleasant experience with the dash and the technology the car has. I use the lane keep assist every time I'm on the freeway. Range, I usually have that set to the furthest when I'm trailing cars, just to make sure there's 2 or 3 car distance. Whenever you're driving with something automated, I just want to have that extra cushion zone. It does leave some people to kind of merge in front of you, which can get a little annoying because if they're going slower than you, it will slow down your car because the radar just configures off to the car in front of it. But it is what it is. I stay typically in the middle lanes, because I am going 65 miles an hour to try to maintain my fuel mileage. And then we got the nice volume up down, track skip. Don't really use these as much. I find it's just super easy to touch on the touch screen, and you can kind of see everything in the songs, and the buttons are right there too. But whatever's your fancy. But again, very nice infotainment system. Technology has been a big thumbs up on this car, especially compared to my older vehicles. Next, let's review the hybrid operating system. You will know you're in hybrid mode because that EV will come on. That means you're in electric, and then when that's off, it is switching over to gas. That has been really great with saving on fuel mileage. It will change on and off by itself. You can see the power flow on the little power flow screen over here, and it'll show you kind of when it's on, where the energy is kind of going, whether it's coming from your engine into your battery or vice versa. Going downhill, I'll always knock up these paddle shifters here, which will increase the regen, and I just let the car roll down the hill, which ends up charging the battery like 1 or 2 notches, which is great because then riding down the street the rest of the way, we're just using that same energy. It's pretty seamless when it turns on from electric to gas. For the most part, you have no idea unless you're really just listening in with your windows down, but you don't feel anything. You don't feel like the engine kick, kind of like you do on the BMWs or Mercedes with the auto on and off stop. Those things kind of jolt the whole car. But with this, it's like very, very seamless, very, very smooth. So big thumbs up for the hybrid to gas transition back and forth. Next, we'll talk about maintenance and reliability. So we have our little maintenance screen here. Let's find that for you. Go down to maintenance. So that will give us the codes. Right now, we just recently did an oil change, so everything's good. It will give you, your AB1216, whatever it is. I've done 3 oil changes on this car since I purchased it. I do it every 5,000 miles. And then at 15,000 miles, you're supposed to do your first rear differential oil change. So I just had that done as well. After that first one, you don't have to do it for another, it's 30K miles from then on. So just a heads up. And that might have taken some factor into my fuel mileage changing and improving. I'm not sure. But we did the rear diff change, which came out to like $120. And then the oil changes are still free because we have the 2 years or 24,000 miles. So I'll probably be able to squeeze 1 more of those in before I'm no longer able to get them for free. Maintenance has been super easy. We've rotated the tires twice as well. All-wheel drive rotation pattern is going to be a little different than your regular car, but super easy maintenance so far. It's just been oils, flipping tires around, rear diff change, but it alerts you when you have to do things and you just go do them. My oil changes at 5,000, I probably won't do that anymore once I get off the free oil changes, just because it is a hybrid car. The engine's not on for all those miles. Maybe it's on like 2/3 of the time. So you don't have to change your car every 5,000. You can wait 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, whatever the oil life percentage says. Every 5,000 that I do drive, it drops down from 100% to about 65%. And the oil, when I check physically, is still pretty yellow. When I check the dipper, very mild hints of darkness specks like that, but still very clean and efficient. So big up on not having to change your oil as much. I'm just doing it right now because it's free. Going back to the exterior, again, I have chrome deleted everything. Got a nice aggressive looking hood air deflector. We got the tinted Honda logo. We got the blacked out skirts and everything. Still very nice and sleek. We got the chrome deleted windows. We got our sport tail. But yeah, very nice and sleek look. Cannot beat that. I think it looks amazing personally. I've seen some other great colors on the Facebook forums for the 6th Gen CRV. Loving everyone's pictures. Definitely a big fan of the chrome deletion on the look outside. Still maintaining everything. And again, I use that automotive 303 protectant spray to make sure my plastics don't gray out with the sunshine, because I do park outside. Same thing with all the vinyls and everything. I will leave a link down there in the description if you guys are interested in that. And just be aware you have to reapply that every 6 weeks or so. Just acts the same way sunscreen does on your skin. Protects your plastics from fading. Cost of ownership is pretty low. We are paying around $45 for gas in California per fill up. That's for around $4 a gallon, 11-ish gallons per fill up. It is a 13-gallon tank, but it'll read empty at once you've used about 11 gallons. Oil changes are free right now, but once that's done, I think at Honda it's like 100-ish. You can get them done at like Discount Tire for 75 or so with coupons. Less elsewhere. California's got different emission standards and things, so slightly more fees with the registration. I think this year the renewal registration was about $600, and that's just because they factor in that you purchased a new car, so it'll be a lot less next year. I did order a custom license plate coming soon, so that's going to add around $50 a year to the registration, but very low. I mean, for your maintenance, you're typically going to be paying like $75 to $120, which is way less than luxury cars that I've had before that have needed, hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars for just oil changes, because they make them so complex to service. But this vehicle has been super easy to service, very easy to change everything, so cost of ownership is going to be very low, which is great. Thank you everyone for watching this little update video. Again, here's just a different angle of the front with a nice little red decor there. Appreciate all the comments. These are little mud deflectors that I will hopefully be installing soon. Just trying to figure out how to get around the tire. But keep the comments coming. Appreciate all the positive feedback and letting me know what you guys want to see more of. Just keeping the series going to let future buyers know that, it's a great car, very dependable, love the ride, 100% would buy again. But thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.